Am I the only one who thinks Star Wars Outlaws hate is overblown?
From a certain point of view.
Welcome back to the channel. I'm Austin. So video games are not normally a topic here on our channel, but this game is something that I wanted to give thought to. So before I jump into this, I just want to preface by saying I'm not some shill pandering to these corporations. I'm not being paid to say anything, but I'm also not going to completely hate on this product. I haven't fully finished the game yet, but I wanted to share my thoughts about my experience and what I witnessed happen at this game's release from a balanced point of view. So no matter what your opinion is of Star Wars Outlaws, I hope you stick around.
Good luck. You're gonna need it.
When Outlaws was released, there was a lot of preconceived notions about this game based on hate from the trailer and early gameplay previews. Most fans, myself included, were hoping for an open world game that provided more freedom of character creation and choose your own path gameplay. However, that's not what we got, and instead we're given a brand new character with ill-conceived hopes to be in Han Solo and a story that takes place in the middle of Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Hate for this game surrounded two topics: the bugs in the game at launch and game mechanics that didn't live up to what people were expecting. I haven't experienced any major bugs or glitches through my time in the game, so I can't comment on the level of frustration or annoyance with that element of the game. However, I will say that if you paid over $100 for this game, you have a right to be upset. Game companies in general charge way too much for products today, especially when they're digital and continue to milk players dry with extras. On the flip side of this situation, I'm going to acknowledge that Ubisoft acted fast in bringing patches out for long-term sustainability. By the time myself and many others purchased the game, there were no problems. I think it's disingenuous to throw out so much online hate when we all know the company was going to patch it, just like so many other games that came before it. So does that mean game companies shouldn't be held responsible for the quality of their product? Absolutely not. As the consumer, we should be letting companies know of our grievances so they know how to do better next time. But even with a not great launch for the game, this game isn't a trash game. Especially not to the point where so many people didn't go out and try this game out for themselves because of the overwhelming negativity online. I almost was one of those people, but I wanted to make my own opinion, and I'm glad I did. I follow a lot of YouTubers that hated on this game, and I honestly respect their opinions. I just think people need to make their own opinions instead of following the masses. There's way too much influence from loud opinions people trust, instead of critically making a decision for yourself. If you hate this game, then fine. And if you like the game, then also fine. Just decide for yourself. As Star Wars fans, we want products to be honoring of this world we love. And after the monstrosity that was the Acolyte TV show, I understand that it blinds us sometimes from seeing the good in the next project. It happened with Solo after The Last Jedi, and I think some of the Outlaws hate is due to the Star Wars fatigue. On the opposite side of the spectrum is the blind positivity for this game. It's just as disingenuous as the extreme hate because it paints a picture of something that isn't objectively true. So many content creators out there were sponsored by Ubisoft and given the game, so of course these people are going to say nice things. But praising the game as the best Star Wars game ever, I'm looking at you, Rolling Stone, is so outrageous to us fans who grew up with the likes of Knights of the Old Republic, Battlefront, Force Unleashed, and Bounty Hunter. It's possible to play a game and like some things and not like other things. I would wager all of us have been doing that since we picked up a controller as a kid. And for those of you like me who grew up in the 90s, we made our own opinions and had a blast doing it without an online mob screaming either side. So what do I think of the game? Honestly, in my opinion, this has been a lot of fun to play. It's a fun exploration of Star Wars universe that we haven't seen in any other video game before because of the underworld setting. We've always played as larger-than-life figures, main characters of the universe, Jedi. So to play as a random scoundrel doing random jobs in the galaxy is actually pretty cool. My favorite part of the game is the Syndicate reputation system. For some, this element may get repetitive or not enough variety, but for me, it's pretty fun choosing my actions in a scenario and watching it play out between these different crime lords. I even think this game gives a player a harder time and a harder challenge due to the stealth missions. I'm the type of player that wants to run and gun into places, so it's provided a unique challenge for me when I'd rather just shoot my way out. And when I can blast the bad guys to Kingdom Come, it's just that more satisfying. I don't think the narrative of this game is as strong as the Jedi games, but I think it's cool to get more Crime Syndicate stuff after that story fizzled on the cliffhanger of Solo with Kira and Darth Maul. My only complaint there is that this game takes place in the time period that Shadows of the Empire story takes place in, and with that not being part of Disney's canon, it's sad to see the Black Sun organization not be prominent. Could you imagine if Prince Ezor would show up here? Missed opportunity in my opinion. Although I did come across two citizens at Kijimi mentioning Black Sun, so that was pretty cool. Visually, this game looks really great at times. I mean, come on, how can you hate on the opportunity to explore the sands of Tatooine? Just getting to come across the Lars homestead and retread Luke's journey is pretty cool. Not to mention the fun Easter egg of the blaster fire behind where Han was sitting in the Mos Eisley Cantina. The last thing I like about this game is the ability to sit down and play a game of sabacc. Maybe this is dumb to many of you, but hey, it's the simple things in life. And it's fun to relax and essentially play online poker with a bunch of aliens. So just like I mentioned, there's always room to critique things that could be better. My enjoyment of traversing the galaxy outweighs the negatives, but this game definitely has flaws that many have mentioned. Notably is the main character of Kay. I think her interaction with Nix is fun and she has her moments, but they made this character so unbelievably unconvincing as a scoundrel, where she can't even respond to a character without sounding inexperienced or lying. Maybe the creators were going for the ditzy girl persona, but it's almost as if they wanted her to mimic Han, but didn't know how. To me, it's a disservice to any new character when you try to copy a popular character instead of giving them their own unique identity that people can cling to. Instead, I think too many of us just wish we had a Han Solo game. I also think the game could have found better ways to showcase her taking out enemies. I found myself laughing countless times at her just punching a stormtrooper on the top of the head, and the game expecting us to believe that he's knocked out. This is the same logic as that one character in the Kenobi show slapping a stormtrooper in the face and then falling over. Many of the other complaints I've seen have been about not truly being able to open world travel when there's barriers and missions. I've seen not being able to shoot on your speeder and feeling like the game is repetitive in task. These things don't really bother me though, and honestly are similar to so many other platform games. But hey, different strokes for different folk. I would love to know what you guys think, so comment below on any positive or negatives that you have about this game. Like this video and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you next time.